Okay guys, for today's project we are making a happy birthday cupcake topper. The supplies that I'm using, I have my Cricut Joy Extra, I have a heat resistant mat, my Easy Press Mini, and my Teflon sheet. That's going to be for applying my HTV. I have two cutting mats. You can just use one if you want to, but I'm going to be using a light grip mat for my cardstock and my standard grip mat for my HTV. I have Barely Art Precision Glue that I'm going to be using, my brayer, my different colors of cardstock, my sticks for my cupcake topper, HTV, my weeding tools, and then I also have some foam squares and some little piece of foam tape. I think that's it, so let's go ahead and jump into Design Space and I'll show you how to get everything set up so we can get ready to make our cupcake topper. Okay, so here we are in Design Space. This is what your SVG is going to look like when it lands on your screen. I went ahead and left the dimensions in here, the width. And the reason that I did that is sometimes when Design Space brings in an SVG, the image will be really large. I wanted to make sure that you knew the size that I used for this project, but you obviously can resize it if you want to. So we're going to go ahead and ungroup this, and we're just going to go ahead and delete that because that's just for our own personal reference here, and you can see that it is the correct size. I'm going to go ahead and bring this a little bit closer here. You're going to ungroup this, and I want to show you over on your Layers panel. If you check out the color sync here, you can see that the black that I have in the design, and then the black that I also have for the happy birthday, and then also the white that I have for the outside of the balloons. I left those a slightly different color in the design, so that way when you get ready to the mats, when you get ready to cut, you'll remember that those are supposed to be cut out of HTV versus cardstock. So these two right here I'm cutting out of HTV, and the rest of these will all be cut out of cardstock. Obviously you can make your balloons and your other parts of the project any color that you like, but I just wanted to show you how I set it up. And then you have two pieces here. One is going to be the top, and then this is going to be the back where I have the stick in between so that it covers up the backing. So let's go ahead and save this. Okay, I'm going to be using my Cricut Joy Extra, so I'm going to click Make. And when you get over to the screen, you can see what I mean by this one here. I had it just a slightly different color, so remember that this is going to be HTV, and I'm actually going to mirror that. And I want to bring this. This is HTV as well. I'm just going to go ahead and move it to the same mat over here. And you see it flipped automatically because I already had this, this mat flipped for mirroring for my HTV. The rest of it's going to be cut out of cardstock. And if you know me, you know I like to move my elements around like I just did with the HTV. But just remember when you do that, that if you have white cardstock up here, and if you move this, just remember that now you're going to have your yellow cardstock down here. So I do that with my different elements. I'm going to go ahead and get that arranged. So for my cardstock, I cut mine on medium cardstock, and when I cut my HTV, I cut mine on Everyday Iron-On. Those are just the settings that work with my machine. So whichever settings work best with your machine, that's what you use, obviously. But I'm going to go ahead and get this cut, and then I will show you how to put them all together so we can make our cute little cupcake topper. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do my HTV first. Make sure you have your shiny side down. I'm going to use my brayer to help push that down to my mat so it sticks better. Okay, and here's my mat for my cardstock. What I like to do is as I'm moving it on my mat in Design Space like I was showing you, I go ahead and lay my pieces of cardstock down so that I know that they are in the correct order. Okay, I have all my elements ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my Easy Press Mini. And all I need to do is just push it once. We just want that bottom light to come up. And then while that is warming up, we're going to go ahead and assemble all our pieces here. Okay, so this is the back part and the front part. So we're going to go ahead and put our balloons on first. And I'm going to be using foam dots for this. Let's go ahead and flip it over. And I'm actually just going to go ahead and put a little dot of glue on top of each one of these little stickers right here. It just helps with when you get ready to position it, so you have a little bit longer to get it ready so it doesn't stick down automatically. Okay, and go ahead and put my balloons on. I'm going to do the same thing with those. I'm going to use the foam dots for those. So I like to take a picture on my phone or print out my design so I know which way the balloons are supposed to go, where they go, so I don't have to guess. So it helps having that black background there. Just kind of gives you an easy way to line things up a little bit better. Got that part down. And I'm going to go ahead and put my happy birthday on. Okay, it doesn't take very long. And I'm going to use foam dots for this as well. I guess I should have zoomed this in a little better so you could see more. And then this I'm just going to glue down here. But I'm going to put the glue just in the center. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put these on. These are already in the places where they need to be. Just make sure that it needs to be the right way. I'm going to put this right here just for a second so that it's not moving all over the place. Okay, and this you don't have to push very hard. You just want to get some heat on that HTV to get it to release. Alright, we got that part done. Now we're going to work on putting the stick on. So for your stick, it's going to go in between these two pieces right here. So we're going to be working on this. And this is going to go right in the middle right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down a piece of this little foam tape. Don't need the whole thing. So I'm just going to go ahead and line it right here. And before I take that sticky part off, I'm going to put the little foam squares on the other sides of it, just so it has a little more stability. If you had the, they do make the foam dots that are a little bit thicker, you could use those. But I'm going to actually double up on these because I don't have the thicker ones. So just to help with the height, because the stick is a little bit higher than these. Okay, now I have double stacks on all these, and I'm going to go ahead and just put a bead of glue on here and stick some glue on these. Oops, I forgot one. One more square there. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue on this. Push that down. And then just line it up and push it on there. You see those top dots in there? I gave it some dimension so that it sticks up a little better. And then you have your side ones, which you probably really wouldn't need the side ones. I just wanted to give it just a little bit more support in case it needed it. There's our cute little cupcake topper. I think this would be really cute too if you guys decided you didn't want to do a cupcake topper. You could actually use that in a card, or you could actually just use the SVG and maybe put it on a shirt. I'm all about using SVGs more than just the way that they are intended to. So if this was intended for a cupcake topper, you could absolutely use this for a cake topper or something else. Well, there you go, guys. There is our cute little cupcake topper. What did you think? Do you guys like this one? Do you think you'll use it? I would love to see it if you make it. Please come on over to the Facebook group and show it off. I love seeing what you guys make with the free SVGs that I have. You can find this week's project in the freebie library. It is design number 209. I will have a link on my blog post for all the supplies that I used, including the name of the font and the link to where you can find that. I would love for you guys to subscribe to my channel and give this video a like. Follow along for more tutorials. I try to post a new freebie each week. Thanks so much for being here, guys. I appreciate you. Have a great day.